Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. Some Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.
And we're live, bros.
Hi. How are you?
How goes it? How goes the day?
It's going. Good.
Everyone having a day. Shout out to the chat. How goes it? If you're watching live, share this on social media. If you're watching it on Twitter, hit it with a retweet. If you're watching it on YouTube, I don't fucking know. I think people say clip that, right? Or is that Twitch? If you're watching on Twitch, clip that. I don't know. YouTube, share it. If you're watching live on Facebook, hit us with a share and then go ahead and delete Facebook. If watching over on Float, you're doing it right. Vim.tv as well. We're live on 8 different platforms, technically, simultaneously. Smart digital payments. Mike in the house. Love you, bro. Randy in the chat. How goes it? Hey, I'm going to give you guys a call today. I got to talk to y'all about Shitcoin 2022. So, Randy, thanks for tuning in. Santino, nice to see you in the chat. Dude is hella excited to see you, Rice. So Santino sending love to Rice from the chat. I guess, it's been a while. Let me allow Rice to, catch people up on, and me included, on what you've been doing. How goes it, bro? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, man. I just been doing what I do, put out videos, just being consistent. The last time I saw you would have been the very, very beginning of December, I'm thinking, at Decentral.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So that's the last time I've seen you. So it's been about 2 months, because you had some unfortunate stuff going on with you.
Yeah, I didn't get to see you in Miami.
Yeah, during North American. So, just the same old. I just got burnt out with traveling because I'm trying to be consistent with my channel. So every time I travel, I have to work ahead. And then when I come home, I've got to play catch up and then work ahead to go back out of town. And it just becomes this cycle. I got burned out. I was supposed to go to Vegas for Tone's conference, but I just wasn't feeling it. I'm going to be in April, or be in Miami in April for Shitcoin and for Bitcoin. For sure.
Yeah, I was supposed to be in Mexico for Anarchapulco. Shout out to Dan, the Crypto Show, and everybody else that's was a part of the Anarchapulco event. Unfortunately, couldn't make it. Real life events occurred, so sorry, but got y'all next time for sure. I got to put something together with Dan for the previous attendees to do something to make up for it, because I was supposed to host an NFT class, and unfortunately I couldn't make it out there, so maybe I could like host an NFT class on like Zoom for the people that went to Mexico, even after the fact. What's the next event you're looking to attend, man? You coming to Shitcoin 2022 in April?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll be at those. I'll be at Shitcoin 22 and Bitcoin 22. I'm going to go with Bitcoin just because there's going to be a lot of people that I'm potentially trying to interview. Especially just recently announced Jordan Peterson's going to be there. So there's going to be a lot of, yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy a lot. Him and his wife.
No, me too.
Awesome.
And I was like really surprised that he was going to be there. And then even on the flip side at the Bitcoin conference, which, obviously I respect and love what shitcoin represents.
I can predict Jordan's opinion on crypto. He's going to say crypto is pyramid schemes for a new generation.
I believe he's pro crypto. I mean, obviously, I don't think he'd be speaking at a Bitcoin conference if he wasn't pro crypto. I don't think he'd be coming out trashing.
You know that man? That man does. That's what I'm saying. He does not show up to events that he only has positive reinforcement. But
with what's going on in Canada,
he's a real dude.
And how crypto is kind of in a sense non-custodial crypto wallets in particular. There's a lot of people seeing the power of decentralization in these technologies, especially when you're seeing what's happening with GoFundMe and all that kind of stuff. The other thing that I'm really looking forward to with the Bitcoin conference is at the conference, they're going to be having live music performances. Stevie Aoki's going to be there. Deadmau5, Run the Jewels is what I'm excited about because Killer Mike and LP is going to be performing.
Be good.
But I'm definitely psyched to come out to Shitcoin too, and hopefully I'll be able to speak this year.
If Kevin Moore is listening, he's getting closer and closer every year to winning a ridiculous bet we made. We were in Canada and somehow we were hanging out with Deadmau5's brother, right? And I was just like, damn, it would be really cool to meet Deadmau5, but I'll never meet Deadmau5. And Kevin was like, yeah, you will. And I was like, no, I won't. And he's like, bro, you're gonna meet fucking Deadmau5. Like, and this was like 4 years ago. And he was like, you're gonna meet them. Every year I get closer and closer to a Deadmau5 run-in. And I will owe him a whole Bitcoin if I ever do meet Deadmau5. So I have to
Ken,
if I run into this man in a corner store, right, I lose it.
I will find homie, and Kevin, you're gonna get a Bitcoin. So look forward to that.
You better knock him out or something. Make sure he can't like report back that he met you. Like hi,
and I did
find a giant mouse.
I told Kevin about 25 minutes ago that I was going to be going live on your show, so he is possibly watching.
Dude, that is too funny though. Like every year it gets closer and closer to happening.
And he's coming. He's coming to Miami.
You know what would be funny if Kevin can get Deadmau5 to perform at Shitcoin 2022? We would be just down the street.
I guess. I don't know. What's the proximity of Wynwood and Miami Beach? Because that's apparently Miggy said to Kevin. Okay, because apparently I don't know if you guys are doing the same spot, but it's looking like it's Wynwood.
Yeah, don't know if the same spot will hold the capacity that we're looking at. We weren't prepared for the amount of attendees we had last year. We hit closer to 3,000 than we thought was, we were going to hit closer to 1,000. And we tripled what we thought we'd max at. We were like, oh, we'll get 1,000 people to show up. It's basically free, $5 donation at the door, if we hit capacity. And yeah, so we just said if we hit almost 3,000 last year, doubling it this year as sort of like an idea of what we're looking at, we could see closer to 5,000 to 6,000 wanderers from Bitcoin 2022 over to Shitcoin 2022, sort of as the tailgate party. A lot of people go to the Super Bowl, but a lot more people go to the tailgating parties.
A lot of people can't get into the Super Bowl, and I think that's what.
Oh, Rice muted himself.
Oh no. It's supposed to be a pro.
No, it's all right. I was looking at something. I didn't want the stuff to come up and like my typing to come through.
Miss Teen Crypto says, "Hey Rice, how goes it?" Zombie 3D in the chat, appreciate it, man. Miss Teen Crypto's got free NFTs coming up, so shout out to Smart Digital Payments. If you want to grab some free NFTs, look over there. Miss Teen Crypto's dropping them. Scan that QR code. Zach Drew, holy shit, man, long time no see in the chat. Drew, love you, man. Respect. Oh, Bitcoiners here as well, and we always get DNB, my bros. I love you both. Art official, shout out to the Dingleberries. Dingleberries.
Oh, today's an awesome day, man.
Yeah, 222.
Yeah, it's like if
All
you
twos.
it's 6 twos in the date, and then if you include the fact that it's the second day of the week,
It's Tuesday.
it's Tuesday. It would
Makes it Tuesday in more than one
have
way.
7 twos. And I did some videos recently, some astrology videos, which is not like my normal forte of specialization, but I'm definitely fascinated by it. Today is supposed to mark the Pluto return on over the United States. The last time that Pluto made its full revolution at this point was on July 4th, 1776.
Oh,
So there's
shit.
a lot of talk, and Benjamin Franklin actually was into astrology and picked that date in particular. Today is also George Washington's birthday, which is something that I didn't know about either. But it is Pluto return, and it's supposed to be some really crazy, interesting things that Pluto is supposed to bring to our civilization. And a lot
Like
of
what?
it would be just upheaval. If you look at what's going on, I did a 2-part video on it. It's hard, it's kind of hard to like explain in a short amount of time, but there's
Elevator pitch us.
all this talk about social unrest, people being waking up to governments and central banks and how things are working. You have what's happening in the planets that say that this could be like an American Revolution 2.0 or a new civil war, but I don't want people to think that those kind of events would be repeats of the past either, because I think we've progressed a
I
little
see
bit.
Ben Semshi in the chat. I can feel I felt his fucking energy as soon as you started this topic of conversation. I looked down at my phone and I see the fucking beautiful truck driver icon right there on my live stream.
We definitely need to chat. But then so you take all that, you take what's going on, the as above, so below with the astrology. Also, Neptune on Sunday, Neptune made its return in Pisces, which the last 2 times it's occurred was right before World War II, I believe, or World War One, and then right before the Civil War. So there's just all this talk in the stars about a possible upheaval and change, like a death and rebirth, which kind of coincides with, if you think about an American Revolution 2.0, and then seeing what's happening all around the world. And then there's these guys who wrote this book back in the 90s called The Fourth Turning. And it's about generational studies, like cyclical events that take place with archetypes throughout different periods of these saculums, which is a lifetime period. And we're in the fourth turning per William Strauss and Neil Howe's book, The Fourth Turning, which usually results in some sort of war. So when you combine all these different things, this study from these guys from a book in the 90s, you look at what's actually happening and you look at what's written in the stars, it's just really, really crazy. And then the other thing with the astrology is that Pluto moves into Aquarius in 2023 through 2044. And that's supposed to have something to do with like finances and monetary systems, which is also interesting because of the economic climate that's happening around the world, because we're kind of at the end of a fiat cycle. And we got Bitcoin. And then the other thing was, I think it was Uranus and Gemini. And that has also some stuff to do with finances and monetary systems. So it's just really fascinating.
Tell us more about Uranus.
What would you like to know? What would you like? What would you like?
I had to do it. That's all.
What specifically?
I feel like what cycle is it in?
You know what cycle is Uranus in?
It's Ask Me Anything. AMA.
The Bitcoin Ben show in the chat said animal. Bitcoin meow. Oh, Amina, how goes it? Love you. Oh, I could feel her energy too. That's so crazy. Like,
Good to see you, Amina.
You ever feel like you know when you're being watched? Like I could feel Amina and Ben.
I definitely gotta get with Ben. I gotta get with Ben on some stuff, and then me, you, and Ben need to reconvene again too, man. Because a lot of people, really enjoyed our conversations with 3 of us together. But I'm curious, Ken, like, what do you don't usually talk about this stuff on your show. And since I have the opportunity to be a guest, what are your thoughts about what the hell is happening around the world? Like Russia, Ukraine, Canada, all the other crap. I'd just like to kind of get your thoughts on current events.
Ah, man. It's like,
Still ready to move to Canada?
no, I am not. Actually, I feel like everything happens for a reason at this point,
Yeah.
for sure, man. Destiny and all that. For like, so many things have saved me from myself, and that is definitely one of them. And if people have been watching the show, they know I really tried to move to Canada right before the pandemic put everybody in a lockdown, and I couldn't. It was like I was like a week off. I could have made it, but like my flight was a week off, and I could be stuck in Canada right now. Could you imagine? Wow. Anyway,
well, the good thing is you actually would have been able to sneak out because Berwick has like his
underground Canadian railroad.
His underground Canadian railroad going on.
That's so wild.
He was actually able to get Max Egan out of Australia.
Well, that's why I think I came to Miami, though, man. The energy pulled me here, like a beacon, like a mosquito to a neon light. I've been saying
triangle,
it,
bro.
It is though, right?
It
like
is.
You can
I feel like it is.
You can feel like when you get here, you can feel that energy for sure. But also, it's like I don't know. Right before shitcoin, like that's why I wanted to do shitcoin here. I was telling people, if this was like 2,000 years ago, we would be building pyramids for no reason. It would just be like ants digging and making, an ant colony and maze, and they don't know why they're doing the things they're doing, right? They just like instinctively, just like, I gotta do this. Here. Yeah, we would have that right now. Like that's happening. That's why I'm here in Miami. I could feel that energy to just like come here, build a pyramid. So I don't know. I feel like this is definitely one of those. Not just in crypto, we've been talking about financial paradigm shifts, right? And the biggest paradigm shift is more of this consciousness that everyone seems to be having, and a lot of those in power have been cockholding their their rage, and that energy has been bottling up. And I think what we're starting to see with China and Taiwan and Russia, Siberia. Even in Canada, they're so bottled up. They're taking it out on each other because they don't have anyone to fight, right? So, I just unfortunately see this as like release period. We're seeing it with early on with the riots, even before the pandemic went into. We saw it really. I think the beginning of this shift was the hashtag Freedom for Hong Kong movement, where there was up to 5 million people protesting in the street, and then overnight they all fucking disappeared because of a pandemic.
Yeah, no, it was very convenient, and in addition to the Hong Kong thing, I mean, then you had the Yellow Vest movement in France. There was a lot of stuff, kind of building up, and the stuff happening in Australia. I mean, there's no resolution to it, or there's no outcome for it, so it just gets bottled back up, and then it just gets worse. People are really starting. Nothing has come from any of the protests that have occurred recently, from but it's
Freedom for Hong Kong to Freedom for
look at the effect of the Freedom Convoy. So I mean, what the effects and the impact these events are having more and more of an impact, and eventually that's going to shift. So I mean, I think that if you look at how many people this time a year ago were awake, paying attention to what was happening, upset about what was happening, those numbers are nowhere near what we have today. So it's happy. I mean, I'm seeing more and more people wake up, and then you kind of have to look into like the 100th monkey theory, that when so many humans start to grasp certain ideas, those ideas just wirelessly transfer themselves to all the other humans.
Hive mind. I
mean, the 100th monkey theory is legit. They've shown real. Where monkeys on one island will learn a skill, and monkeys on another island that don't even come into contact with these other monkeys,
just intuitively
will automatically start utilizing that skill. It's pretty interesting. So, I mean, I think that we're at a very pivotal point. I think people are getting fed up. Imagine this.
Yeah, but that's
If
not a
Kenn-
sign of a good thing to come, right?
No, it's not, dude. It's,
Right. This
it's
is this
not
is
at all,
this
dude.
could be
Like,
100-year revolution, a global revolution.
and I'd like to get away from the word revolution too, because a revolution is a circular event.
Well,
It
that's
takes
what
you
it
back.
that's what it would be though. You'd be
We would
revolting
need-
against
Essentially.
We would need to evolve, not revolve.
but
or
that
revolt.
wouldn't occur though.
You're just replacing one word for
unless
We're
this
supposed to be
pandemic
going into
kills
the age of
everybody over the
Aquarius.
age of 50. That ain't happening.
We're supposed to go. Well, I mean, that's a possibility too. You might start seeing a lot of people keel off. Who knows?
That's
I mean,
what
we
I
will,
mean.
but
It's the old.
not necessarily the answer.
It's the
No,
old
but it's
government.
an answer. It's an answer for the inflation problem.
It's the easy answer.
Yeah, I mean, if you
And
want
it's
to
not
get rid,
always the best
easiest way to
answer.
get rid of inflation is to get rid of is a lot of the population. 'Cause then
Dude,
the
Thanos was right. Are you telling me Thanos was the good guy the whole time?
Philosophically, from his perspective, yes, 100%.
Yo,
I
Vinny,
wouldn't. Agree,
are
I
you
don't
listening to
agree
this
with
guy?
Thanos.
So what you're saying is we need to thin the herd.
No. I said I do not agree with Thanos. I said from his perspective, because psychologically, your perception is reality. How you perceive things is reality.
Uh,
And I could see like a difference with Kenn's reality just from like shifting from living, in the hellhole of Philly to moving to Miami. I can see.
Yeah,
a
I'm
total
10 minutes
difference.
away from the beach on a scooter. It's kind of crazy. And I feel
Miami
like
has
I
some-
feel like I respawned in a video game to like just like a better spawn period. Like and then I saved game over here. Now
Somebody's
I just keep
trying to get me
respawning in
into
this location.
Brownsville. Somebody's trying to get me into Brownsville, and they're talking about turning Brownsville into Cryptoville.
Cryptoville, Miami sounds good to me, dude. I think
Like that.
I think Wynwood's definitely becoming like an art NFT like hub in Miami. Everywhere you go down Wynwood where you see art, there's NFTs. It's awesome. Sometimes they're mocking. I've seen some things that are like, meme or trolly to the like, NFT side of things, but I also seen some that are truly utilizing it. So it's like, it's cool. We have a restaurant in Miami that's going to be using NFTs, bro. And I know the one in New York, Miss Team Crypto in the chat. Randy, you guys, I know Emma, I see you.
It's
What's
a
up?
membership. It's a membership with NFTs.
Post
in
a
New York,
link,
right?
yeah. Post a link to that in the chat for everybody. I think that's Gary V that's doing it in New York. I don't know the name of the restaurant that's happening here in Miami, but that is a thing, and I just think that's cool.
You would need to
There was
hold.
one that
You would
was
need to
doing-
hold the NFT to be able to go into their establishment. I'm assuming.
That would not make sense at all. There would
or
have
cover charge if you don't have it properly.
right. I would
Because
imagine
you have to get
that wouldn't be
get
very
the discount.
profitable.
yeah.
It's
I
like
think
it's almost
Custom
like
House is
a
doing something like
membership,
that in Miami.
like a membership club, and you can pay for different levels of membership and get different discounts for whatever.
Yeah, you
level of
probably don't
membership
get to go in that room unless you have an NFT, and then there's another room if you have the other NFT. There's probably going to be a couple of rooms. Like, there's a building in the metaverse. If you go to Decentraland, Free Ross has, I think freeross.org. I think you can get to it from there. I could be wrong, but there is a Ross building in Decentraland, and depending on which NFTs you hold in your wallet, which came in a physical.
You're talking
bar
about
form.
Steve. You're talking about Steve Wand has digitable with the Free Ross Museum, and you have to have a
depending.
a
There's
digitable
different
pass.
floors. Yeah, different floors for different passes, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
you have to have
I
an
think it's
in-
like going to be a physical version of that in New York. I would
That's cool.
imagine because the first floor would have to be like for walk-ins. It's New York. You wouldn't like that'd be such a waste of money.
The rent's pretty crazy. So you got to figure out a way to like create some cash flow.
So what else? What have you been up to besides moving and stuff? Because I know you're just kind of getting back
It's
into the
just
content
Been
thing.
I've been here almost not even 3 weeks. Actually, just now 3 weeks. I guess took about 2 weeks to actually move in, unpack. Still got a bunch of clothes right here. Just got washed, so got to. I don't know. I just finished up though. I just got scooters. Been scooting around Miami a lot. That's been friggin' fun. Just settled in,
My favorite
honestly.
thing.
Just had a lot go on top of moving and stuff, so it's just been hard to really like focus and settle at the same time. So I'm just now starting to focus after settling. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally. No, you said you were close to the beach, like a 10-minute scooter ride. Is that
Yeah.
South Beach?
yeah. I can get to, well, maybe 20 minutes to South Beach, honestly, but you know where the Ferris wheel is? Like, I'm 10 minutes right from that little Ferris wheel, like, beach area. Like,
On scooter.
yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it is. I fucking love it.
Sweet, sweet.
And
I
that
should check the spot
scooter
out when I come
lasts
out.
forever, bro. Like, I went from here to the Ferris wheel all around. I think we even went to the beach, and then we went more around down, like, back to where we live, and then more around here, and we still had a half battery. Like, and it was hours. Like, these
What's your
scooters-
game plan for if those run out of battery?
Uber. It started raining, you know, I just
How
called
heavy
Throw
are
them in the
they?
trunk.
They're like
Can you pick 'em up?
35 pounds.
Okay.
Not bad.
So how long is the battery supposed
Like
to last on
30,
average?
I think it goes like it goes about 20 miles an hour, depending on your weight.
Nice.
Mine goes like 20. Brooks gets like 30 miles an hour. So she just like flies right past. It gets, you don't really measure by the hour or something. You measure by like mileage. It's supposed to get about 30 miles to the battery. And,
Okay.
yeah, it definitely seems to do that. Like,
That's cool.
Nice.
so
Yeah,
I
should
highly
invest in
recommend
them.
it. Everybody gets a scooter. They're awesome. Fuck cars.
Are there charging stations out and about, or do you have to like basically get it back home and charge it?
It's just like it looks like an Xbox 360, kind of like a power block. You know, it's just like a regular plug in the
Okay.
wall power block kind of thing. So you could just put that in like a string bag, or I got her a basket for her scooter. So Brooke has this like you know, wicker basket.
You
It's not
guys
really
gotta
wicker,
look
though.
special. Her with her basket and you in your pajamas and hair just
Yeah,
scooting. down
yeah.
the street.
That's why she won't let me wear a helmet.
How did these homeless people
Well,
get
lucky-
scooters?
Yo, can I?
Special.
Can I tell you something, bro? Last night we were scooting, right? It was like, I don't know, 9 o'clock at night, 9:30 at night. We're scooting, just trying to free our minds, get out of our heads, you know, fly like an eagle, just chilling, bro. And this Spanish old lady, like someone's grandma, right? This like adorable, frail Spanish woman stops at a green light at the corner. She has the right of way. She just stopped. She was like, fuck traffic. Rolls her window down and says, yo, you lost? You lost? This is a really bad area. And all I could say was, I know, I just bought a house here.
Yeah.
And she looked at me with like this look as if she just saw,
Why?
she knew she was the last person to talk to me. Like in her reality, she was like, I'm the last person that boy ever said anything to. I'm the last one that heard. Still, right now.
I would have been like, you know,
she's
I grew
waiting
up
to
in
see me on the
Philly.
news.
I grew up in Philly. I think I'm all right with the hood of Miami.
Yeah.
Miami's kind of rough at times, though.
No, dude, I don't
Yeah,
know,
but I
man.
mean, I know,
feel
but
like that's the
Baltimore,
Philly gets the
Baltimore,
same rap.
Southeast DC, Philly, they're real similar. And when you're,
Yo, I'm from
when-
Chicago. I
when
get
you're
it.
familiar, Baltimore hood, that's a terrifying. That can be a terrifying place.
I've
Look,
seen a guy get
But when you
stabbed in
can
the neck.
maneuver effectively between like Philly, Baltimore, and Southeast DC, no other hood is a hood.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, you know, I was talking to one of the guys that worked out here. His name was E. Worked at a smoke shop, and I was like, man, it's crazy. It's like a combination of Philly and New Jersey here in Miami because it has like that city energy. A lot of people packed in, but it also has like that suburban hospitality where like people feel like, I don't know. It's almost like they don't see enough of people. So there's like really like you just walk by a group of people and just like stand still and like. Everybody will talk to you, get to know their name. Like Miami is super social right now. Like I really feel like that energy
Yeah, it
to
is.
like everyone's just doing their own thing, but also very interested in what you're doing. And everywhere, like I don't know,
Dude, I
just-
know what you're saying. I mean, like when I found out you were actually going to be moving, I mean, I was like, you know, it started. I had been thinking about moving, wasn't sure where I wanted to go because I told you for a couple of years I want to move, just not really sure where.
I traveled the country enough to know this is the spot, bro.
And I've been, and
it's not
and I
here.
was really considering Miami, and then I was just getting burned out on the traveling factor, going back and forth, and then like I said, trying to keep up with the work in the meantime. So for me, like I am considering Florida, and I'm going to be looking into it, but the vibe of Miami is definitely unique.
It has just become the most unaffordable city in the country, by the way. So I kind of bought
Yeah.
the dip.
Well, I mean, I was told in your general vicinity that it's not quite like that.
Right. You might want to make a move, bro. Is all I'm
Right,
saying.
but
Like,
but like also, yeah, like I'm just curious, like how bad of a hood you're saying it is
it's
compared to like
not. That's why I
Hollywood.
was laughing. Like, no, Hollywood's way worse. That's what I
Probably
was.
not that
That's
bad.
the funny part, right there. Walking down the Hollywood Strip was so much worse than any road I've wandered down.
Yeah,
in
and that's
Miami.
one thing. That's the one thing people told me. If you're gonna move to the Miami area, do not move to Hollywood. Do
No,
not
Oh,
move.
Florida's cool.
Dude, it's fucked. It's fucked.
Now, if are you basically on the outskirts of Wynwood where you're at?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like 2 blocks
So
away from Wynwood. Like I can
if I'm not
walk to the art
mistaken,
district.
there's a House of Mac near you. Then,
Yes.
yeah, that's right outside of Wynwood on that same strip.
I wouldn't say I'd walk there, but it's 100% can scooter.
Me
there.
and Amina walked there during the day and ate at that House of Mac. That place is dank.
Yeah, they have what was that superhero on the wall of the other place down the street? It was like a superhero
that one
that
is-
sell like a weed stoner.
The Tick.
No, it was like a stoner superhero thing. It was like a giant
Oh.
superhero who has like a
Disgusting.
weed leaf and shit. It was awesome.
Have you not eaten at the House of Mac yet?
No, I haven't. That's why I was avoiding that topic of conversation.
I'm
Same.
telling you, like it's
Sounds like Craig Mack would live there.
It's a staple
It's a
of like
restaurant.
Wynwood and shit, man. So I
Right, it's a
should have
restaurant.
been there by now.
It's Pitbull's manager's place.
Cool.
It is the best macaroni and cheese I've ever eaten in my life. If Amina's watching, she could tell you because she was the same. She felt the same way.
I seen her in the chat earlier. Hi, how goes it, Kyle? Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Kyle.
It's true, Holly weird art. Yeah.
Biscuits
much.
and salami. I got a better one.
Can you two hit me with a meow real quick?
Do I need a paw, like a paw too?
Meow.
I got biscuits and porn.
I've been there. It's the Outer Bank. Yeah, dude, I've
Yeah.
been there. They just have like 1,000 T-shirts in every color that says
It's a
that.
fucking convenience store.
And then,
Ken.
yeah, it's weird.
It's a Ken. Imagine going to a convenience.
It's just a
store
gas station.
named Biscuits and Porn.
Okay.
It's in North Carolina.
I thought it was like
staple.
a breakfast restaurant place, and it's
Yeah.
just a convenience store.
I was looking for biscuits and a good time, and all I got was like,
Biscuits.
a Gatorade and a T-shirt. All I got was this shitty T-shirt.
I love Outer Banks though.
Outer Banks is dope.
There.
It's-
That's where
very low key.
McAfee lived before he escaped the United States. Was Hatteras.
Yeah, Cape Hatteras is crazy.
Yeah, I think
Like the
I
kite
think after
place
the
where they
next
fly the kites.
bull run, I'm going to Bora Bora. So from Miami to Bora Bora next bull run.
Just stay in Miami.
Why Bora Bora?
Why not? Have you Googled it?
Have you Googled it? What the fuck?
What the hell? Like, no, I have not. I don't even know where is it. Even where is it geographically?
Bora Bora, bro. Damn.
Honestly, it looks like it's located in heaven.
Is it South America?
Yeah, heaven. No, heaven, dude. You just-
Probably like right on the equator, I'd imagine.
It's not in Africa, is it?
It's its own thing.
Yeah, it's like I think it's an island, right? It's an island nation in the middle of the Pacific. Maybe. You can tell I'm like bullshitting my way through this.
Where is Bora Bora? French Polynesia.
That clears it up
That's
immediately.
really
That
weird, though.
helps.
French Polynesian? That's like
Damn.
French Hawaiians.
I know exactly where
Oh,
it's at now.
you know what I thought was crazy? I just saw that topic, SEC and Binance, right? Wasn't that like a thing? Crypto exchange Binance US is reportedly dealing with, the SEC investigation. Have you heard about this?
No, CZ's going to jail.
No, well, yeah, I mean, I've heard about it, but it's been ongoing because Brian Brooks, who used to be the chief legal officer for Coinbase and then was also the comptroller of our Treasury of the United States, he was acting as a CEO and stepped down as a lot of the investigation stuff started. I don't know what it has to do with, but Binance US is technically under the umbrella of Binance, but it's a separate entity, so it has nothing to do with
It says here the SEC is particularly concerned with the way Binance discloses its ties to two trading firms.
Well, yeah, because I think also part of the problem is that U.S. U.S. member people are utilizing Binance, not Binance US, by using a VPN.
Yeah.
So the whole VPN thing has been an issue.
Yeah, for
but the SEC is going to like really, they're going to kind of try to go after DeFi as much as they possibly can, and CeFi as well. Like there were some states were trying to go after Celsius.
Remember when people wanted us to vote for who was going to be our president on the blockchain?
No.
No, you don't remember that whole movement? Everybody in crypto was like, we should be using the blockchain to vote for who's going to be president, and people were making,
I mean, I know, but you talked about it as if we utilized
one of the
right. No, but I'm saying the
topic
of conversation just like went away after like the presidency. Like, oh, okay, we'll bring it back up in 4 years. Is that how we like talk about it? Like, why?
I mean, I know there are some protocols working on voting. Something that I'm going to be looking at doing with a group of people is forming a PAC DAO, a political action committee DAO, to one, educate politicians and such, and when it comes to crypto and blockchain technology, but also to look into coming up with some good voting system utilizing blockchain as well.
It could be as simple as like an app where you just kind of like verify that you're the user and then like place your vote and it sends a token to one address.
Scalability is going to be a lot of it. You know, we couldn't have the entire world is not. The blockchain is not ready for the entire world to get on board.
You might be able to scale.
The internet is almost kind of got. If you notice, in 2020, we've kind of pushed the internet to the max, to the point that people were downgrading quality of the internet. YouTube wouldn't do like 4K videos or anything higher than like 720.
Shit, I do remember that. That sucked. Wow, I can't believe I forgot about that.
People talk about the scaling a cryptocurrency, but if the internet is not even scaled for the entire world to utilize it at the same time, then
that's people like me. That's my fault, man. I'm over here with like 6 monitors, and I usually use 4 of them to have like 4K relaxing videos, like fire and like ocean, space.
I do that. The one with like the drone footage of the island while it's playing like relaxing music. Yeah, I like that one. I
play like 4 different ones at a time.
Yeah, I've got like a giant monitor.
Kind of building a scene, it's really immersive. And what are you posting in the chat right now?
There is like the most oddest conversations happening in the chat. I'm like trying to figure out exactly. I love my chat.
They're like, stop ignoring us, but I'm like, bro, it's so far from where we're at. I can't.
What's up with the kitty cats? Like, what's meows? Because I love cats.
Oh no, we should just save the cats. You know what I'm saying?
Why is everybody meowing?
Rescue cats if you want. Meow.
I want to know right now.
You'd have to convince a Bitcoiner to come on your podcast to figure that out.
To know what the meowing is about.
I just want to hear Bitcoiner on a podcast with one of those like Darth Vader voice hiders.
Hey, I am Bitcoiner. I say meow because we're supporting this one weird movement.
Remember on Super Troopers?
It's probably got like a thing behind it.
On Super Troopers, the whole
meow.
I stopped you, meow.
Yeah, oh yeah. They did that in Super Troopers like too. That was a good callback in Super Troopers.
Replaced now with meow. I did that. I did that actually working at a club DJing. It's like coming up to the stage, right? Meow.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I hated the second Super Troopers. I'm just gonna come out and say that.
Yes, some of those movies they should never do a sequel.
Oh my god.
Out of curiosity, Rice, like what are you thinking? Like where is the environment that we're seeing kind of taking us within the next couple of months? Are we like? Well, no, people, and Rice was around for a long time, so we remember hearing this like it was like the crypto mantra, man. Like it's not correlated. Bitcoin or crypto is not correlated. Like more and more now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm curious.
Yeah,
it's
correlated.
Where do you see this now taking it into the next couple of months, if not the rest of this fucking year?
I can't
hedge with Bitcoin anymore.
I feel like the correlation will start to dissipate and end, especially if we're starting to have. Now, here's the thing. If we see a stock market crash, which is very likely,
not doing great now.
That's what I'm saying.
It's bleeding like stuck pig.
It's going to affect everything. And if you want to see, if you look at March of 2020, when the pandemic hit, They had to cut the circuit breakers and stop trading on Wall Street because the system would have collapsed like in 2008. So I mean, there is correlation. It's just you can also look at events in history like 1974 when they legalized gold for U.S. citizens to be able to own again, and then the 80s. And you look at how people hedged when inflation was high with things like gold and silver. And now we're at a point where that is kind of repeating itself. But we have Bitcoin now, which is some people are looking at as a digital gold 2.0, which I really hate saying that, but that's what the majority of people are looking at Bitcoin as versus a peer-to-peer cash. They look at it as a store of wealth, even though it's volatile. But with that being said, and what's going on in Canada and what could potentially happen in other parts of the world where the governments are trying to tell people what they can and can't do with their money, freezing their funds. And then if you realize that you have a non-custodial wallet, that you have control of your private keys, there's nothing that any of those government entities can do. I think once people start realizing the power of what Bitcoin and decentralized cryptocurrencies represent, we can get that decoupling. But it's going to take the system falling apart for the decouple. And then there won't really be a Wall Street to even really judge it against. You know, I mean, I really feel like we're at a really weird point. But then with everything going on economically, that's why we're hearing a lot of this talk about the push of the CBDCs, because the CBDCs is going to give the central banks a way of being able to continue the charade and be able to manipulate things even further.
Do you think Ripple's got enough of their foot in that door?
If you look into the ISO 2002, something like that, there's a term for it. It has something to do with it's not the replacement of the SWIFT, it's an upgrading of. And I believe that there are several different cryptocurrencies that have been kind of attached to this as being utilized by the financial systems, and that would include Ripple, Stellar. I think Cardano was on that list. I think OMG. I can't remember all the coins, but it's a standard that has to do with remittance and payments between the banking system, which is, in a sense, like I said, upgrading the SWIFT system. So, I mean, that's the problem with things like XRP and Ripple. You know, I mean, you've got projects. As long as you got projects that want to work with the finance legacy system and central banks, then it's going to help that system remain relevant and remain in control, because by going in a complete digital element, it allows for the manipulation, especially when you're dealing with like a closed ledger system. And it's not even like with a CBDC. I don't even think it would really be a cryptocurrency. It's just a digital asset.
Yeah, I think it would be backed by a cryptocurrency, though.
I don't think it'd be backed by anything right now. I don't think they're gonna back money by anything until the system.
I think they'll back it. I think they'll back it by whoever gives them the biggest airdrop, and it probably would be Ripple. Would be XRP. They'll probably say, "Here, you know what?
There's a lot of talk. The United States has a lot of gold that we don't have on the sheets that people don't know about. Apparently, there could be a good amount of gold in.
And we have a lot of cheese. We have a lot of cheese.
We got a lot of cheese.
I don't think we have anywhere near the amount of gold that we say we do in the first place. I bet you Fort Knox is empty.
Or they could just bust a bubble and the government could just come out and
show us what's inside.
Well, the NSA, they created Bitcoin. You know, we put out the white paper, How to Mint, back in the late 90s. The NSA put out Bitcoin, and we own Satoshi Supply, and we're going to back up our new US dollar by all these Bitcoins. That would be interesting. And that's definitely like a theory that people have, is that the government was involved. Good guys in the government.
Yeah, I mean,
but until we see a collapse of our system, the debasement of money is going to continue taking place, because they basically, our money is worthless. You know, you can hold up a dollar bill and a Monopoly note and tell people the only difference between these two pieces of paper is that you think one of them has value.
You can get gum for
Well, I was gonna say, if you're playing Monopoly, have you ever lost some of those like bills and you run out like halfway through, you're like,
You ever watch the whole stack and be like, shit?
yeah, then you like,
That's
how much,
different.
now I need real money to buy fake money.
Right. Well, there's collector sets of Monopoly, like old special collectors. certain
Yeah, that
editions
money
of
in that
certain
game
prints
is held up better than the money that you
that are
use
worth.
to buy it.
Yeah, like you like Monopoly has become a better store of wealth than the U.S. dollar.
Yep, exactly. That's what I was saying, man. Sometimes I'll be playing, I'm like, damn, we ran out of fives this fast. Like, we have to buy a stack of Monopoly fives.
It's totally crazy. Meow.
Yeah.
Crazy,
We
right?
should
Yeah.
definitely play Monopoly when Annalise comes home. I want to play Monopoly.
That's
Yo,
gonna
take
awesome.
4 hours.
Speaking of like Monopoly though, and the CBDC and all this stuff, like, NFTs are still like the highlight of topic of conversation when blockchain or cryptocurrency. Even if you mentioned Bitcoin, NFT is sort of stealing the show of conversation.
Metaverse and Web
Metaverse,
3,
yeah.
those are the two hot topics. I mean, NFTs
I
are
think
kind
we're
of,
gonna
it's not that people are getting burned out with NFTs. It's just we definitely need to see an evolution of the NFTs beyond, and we're starting to see it beyond just the art aspects.
Oh, for sure, with utility, real world utility. My thoughts are we're going to see a lot of experimenting in the metaverse that may be Peachtree dish for applications in real life. Like a lot of these venues that are accessible only if you have this NFT in your wallet. Even if you go to like stores, I think there's one in New York and Miami, California. Like Amazon has these stores where you just walk in, put stuff in your bag or pocket, and walk out, and it knows to charge you. I think that the metaverse is going to be an experiment for all these things, but the thing that starts to concern me is the gamification of like this social credit system, and using the metaverse sort of as the testing grounds for this. Even with what Facebook or Meta, Zuckerberg's doing with Meta, a lot of the centralization inside their metaverse sort of seems like it is that experimentation of this let's see what works over here and then apply it to the real world and forced into the metaverse where they have like this social distancing now. And I'm just curious, like, what are your thoughts on like where the experimenting in the metaverse could take the applications in the real world when it comes to the social credit system, where you can't get into the hospital unless you have this NFT in your wallet, which might be your insurance card or whatever.
Well, I mean, it's interesting you say it like that because I get what you're saying, but I feel like they've been doing what you're asking in real life, not necessarily in.
Well,
in
maybe I mean like
virtual setting.
desensitizing to it, or making it more common.
People get conditioning and make people get
conditioning,
used to it.
using the metaverse for conditioning on this,
To
exactly.
get people used to it. Yeah, because what I was gonna say is if you look at China is a good example of how the facial recognition and social credit score system, social points have worked. I really feel like they use nations and events as test beds to see how it's going to play out and how they could have this take place in other parts of the world or all the world entirely. Because there's a lot of speculation and talk that what's happening up north of us in Canada with Justin Trudeau and the Emergencies Act and such could be a precursor of what's going to be happening in other nations. So, I think that we've been kind of test betting this stuff, but yeah, I agree. The number of people that are using VR are going up. I think just the Oculus alone, the last number I heard was like 10 million owners, which is pretty insane to think about. And
Their metaverse hit like 500,000 active users recently.
I bought my girlfriend an Oculus 2, the
Same.
Quest 2. And I'm probably gonna buy myself one with the 128 gig because I've got some things I'm gonna be utilizing.
I did the same thing. I'm like, we're so.
But here's
men.
the thing, man. Like I didn't know what to expect, because I'm just going on preconceived notions of watching television and imagining what this would be like. Because the only kind of virtual stuff I've ever seen wasn't virtual, it was 2D. And putting on those goggles, man, is fucking bizarre. It's wild.
Yeah,
it is
weird.
wild. I could see like how people could, with a shitty life, not care about changing their shitty life and just escaping into this virtual reality, which I think is one of the worst fucking things for humanity.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
You
companies
should have
that
an option to opt out of the real world.
no, but I think that a lot of those companies they're at least semi-conscious of that, if nothing else. And I'm worried that they'll misuse the power, obviously, like you're saying. But I know like some people that are designers at some of these places, and they do at least consider that. I know that that's true.
I definitely would never want to see a world that we live in where people put more worth in the metaverse than in real life.
Well, and a lot of the designers have families and children too, and they're aware of that, and they're trying to kind of make the best kind of like balance or take the best balanced approach to get the best outcome. But it's definitely like a big concern. I mean, we have that problems already just with our cell phones. So imagine what it'd be like if you were able to fully immerse yourself.
Yeah, no, and the phone thing is no joke.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're used to using this thing on a regular basis, turn it off, put it away, and see how many times you think about it.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't even keep it in the same room with you at night when you're sleeping.
Well, that's why I've been doing it myself for a while now, a few months even, because it wasn't good for my mental health. And I feel like when people are in a position where they don't know when to say no to their phone, and it just makes it worse and worse for them. So I know it sucks for a lot of people when I disappear, but like honestly, my phone is definitely the worst drug for my mental health. Like fuck smartphones.
Yeah. Well, it's
Look,
like
I need to make something very clear here to everybody. I love biscuits.
You do. Do you like the other part of, do you like
meow?
You like meow? Yeah, I don't even know what to say now. You just totally
to get back on track though. I think what VR it should be considered, damn near medicinal at some point. I think there's applications for it that are immeasurable to the good it can do if you're paraplegic or immune deficient or you have social anxiety. That it may be a way to get you to talk to strangers in virtual groups and make you comfortable talking to strangers in physical groups, right? So
there's a lot.
You could abuse Tylenol PM and fucking die. I think you could abuse VR and fucking die. It might not be a physical death, but a piece of you may fucking die. Same part like when you spend all day online, part of you dies to this shit.
I agree. Mental health is definitely important, and yeah, there's so many different. There's so many awesome different things that we can utilize virtual reality and metaverses for. I can see where people could do homeschooling, and I know they could do that with the internet now, but doing it in a virtual reality setting where you're immersed in your learning facility, I think would be a game changer. And so I think like you were mentioning. When you were mentioning what you were mentioning and in the education, there's so many different things. It's a double-edged sword because,
what if their school is what gets them addicted to VR because they're in their class all day in VR and now
thing with VR,
to separate, they're like, I like it there. And they don't go into the real world.
You gotta worry about those who prey upon others, whether it's preying upon younger people or just innocent people or trying to take advantage.
The conditioning is taking
out the human aspect,
man. Gamifying the conditioning to the government's control and being so comfortable with it in the metaverse that it's just expected in the real world.
Who eats biscuits with jerky bits? And are we talking like beef jerky bits or like is there something?
Are you at least baking it? Like putting it in like a toaster oven, heating it up.
I like a biscuits and gravy here and there.
You like raw biscuits? I like my gravy white.
Okay, that sounded good. But also, I think
gravy.
I agree with
gravy,
you.
Gravy.
Southern style.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad makes it in gravy.
Yeah,
it's really just flour, milk, and whatever meat you're using. A little bit of salt, pepper. Good. Keep simmering it. Keep stirring. Southern style gravy, everybody.
Simmer down now.
Biscuits and jelly. I don't know.
Simmer down now.
Good too.
You just jelly, like some strawberry,
I just eat jelly.
Some grape, maybe even some orange marmalade on a biscuit, and call it out a day.
Dude, what I do is I'll take a spoon and I'll open up the jelly jar and the peanut butter jar, And
So
I'll
is Miss
and I'll
Team
eat the other
Crypto
one.
going to do like a 10,000 regenerative biscuits project that Crypto Sultan's going to make the art for?
What are we gonna have?
Is this
Biscuit
what's happening?
NFTs,
I
Yes, and
NFBs,
like
non-fungible biscuits,
a PFP of a biscuit, a BFP
non-fungible
BFB.
biscuit.
biscuit profile photo.
Yeah, BFP, BPF,
Lard bread.
BPP.
Man, has this youngin started smoking? Is
Right,
this her normally?
the whole chat seems like they're secondhand high.
It
Right.
seems like it's a bizarro world.
I
It
love
is, for sure.
I love everybody. Thanks, Kyle, Bitcoiner, Miss Team Crypto, Emma, Randy, Crypto Sultan, my hero of the art world.
Straight
we got
up.
Vinny in the chat who's been very active. I appreciate it, bro. I haven't been ignoring you at
Vinny.
all. I'm sorry. It's just hard to bring the chat into the conversation. Morton, Matt, D, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you as well. Everybody, where I'm trying to scroll, there were so many of you chatting.
Thanks for chatting with us.
Oh, and thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. Meow to you, Bitcoiner. Thanks for the super chat. As you all know, all super chats go directly to drug money, so I'll find drugs
Straight
to
up.
buy with your money.
Sweet.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I don't want to mislead people and make them think it's going to like the Red Cross or like stray animals and shit.
Yeah,
Hey, I
none
will
of that.
try to-
Just
I'm
straight
not
up
that
drugs.
gay.
I'm going to try to book another time before I come back out to Miami.
Yeah,
Okay, we dare you.
A lot, dude. I've had so many people tell me they're just gonna book a fucking hotel for a weekend and hit me up when they're here to hang out. And like, honestly, feel free to just stop the fuck by, bro. Like, whenever. It's Miami. It's Miami,
but I'm saying
bro.
I'm gonna
You don't need
you're
an
allowed
excuse
to
to be
Miami.
get one
here.
of these get another live stream going before Miami is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
But I'll definitely see you in Miami. I'll make sure that we don't miss each other this time.
I'm happy that we got to do this on a special day. 222 has been a number that's meant something to me since I was in like the second grade. I think if you could get a hold of my fucking school records, you could see almost every single classroom I was in up till freshman year of high school was 222. It's a crazy
Weird.
number that's followed me my whole life.
I didn't pick this day on purpose. It's just when I
I
realized
was supposed to be in
after-
Mexico. That's how we got this date.
Well, originally I was supposed to do it on Monday, and it was supposed to be Valentine's Day. We were supposed to have us a bro date on
Yeah.
YouTube's.
She would have killed me.
She could join.
She would have.
I know. Yeah.
Most romantic day of the century, 222. Annie, 100%. She's in the Telegram. If you're watching, jump into the Telegram. I'm sure you already are. I wanted to give away a few NFTs. Oh, Art, I saw Bundy. Okay, thank you so much. We got a Dingleberries NFT up. So yeah, if you saw the QR code changing throughout the live stream, that was free NFTs that were being given away to viewers while you watched the podcast. If you want some other stuff, I gave away probably like $400 yesterday in Telegram in Splinterland's vouchers. So I just randomly do random shit. So join the community. And yeah, Race, let people know where they can get in touch with you, because I know you've been doing a lot. And next time you see BitBoy, give him a hug for me, because I see a lot that he's been doing with you and for you as well. And I just think it's really awesome to see like your growth has. Like, I didn't really want to like stroke your dick too hard throughout the whole thing, so I waited till the end. But holy shit, bro! Like,
Yeah, they'll kick us off when we do that.
congratulations! Like, I'm so fucking proud of you.
For being abrasive sandpaper. Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
I appreciate my growth.
YouTube has not treated you well, and you've fought so hard and grown so much, and it hasn't been easy, man. Like,
no, it hasn't. But I do, with you saying it, I mean, it definitely means a lot. So I appreciate you saying that. People, obviously, you can find my YouTube channel at Rice TVX. I'm pretty much everywhere on social media at Rice TVX. On Odyssey and Library, I'm at Rice Crypto, because you can't change your URL right now on Library. So I'm stuck with Rice Crypto over there. But make sure you check it out. I would definitely encourage people to subscribe to my channel. With the BitBoy thing, I'm generally making appearances normally on Fridays, and generally stashes on every Friday as well. So as for the Around the Blockchain, I'm not sure why you haven't gotten on Around the Blockchain yet, but that's another discussion.
No, they reached out to me. It was just bad timing with the move and everything.
Okay.
So that might have been on me, actually, because
even Richard Hart's been on there, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. No,
Which surprised me that
was
he was willing to have a conversation enough that Richard Hart would shut up and let somebody else speak.
I've grown to respect
I
and
love
admire Richard much more than I did before I even lost my admiration for him with the whole Hex thing. Like, I was always a fan of Richard Hart, and then the Hex thing kind of threw me through a weird, like, sheep mentality I fell into. It was weird.
You're back.
It was weird. I fell into like this sheep herd, like he's a bad guy, and I was just like, okay, Echo, he's a bad guy. And then I was like, wait, why am I saying this?
Like, yeah, fuck that guy.
And then I looked at Hex and everything he personally did for his community, and I was just like, wait, this dude's fucking Satoshi. He's Charlie Lee. He's like, you know what I mean? He's no different or no worse or better than. He is a Satoshi. He's one of the. He's one of the good guys. In this space. And he inspires me to keep my slogan where it's at. You know, be your own Satoshi. And like after a while of saying be your own Satoshi, I was like, how the fuck can I not like Richard Hart? Like that dude is Satoshi. He is his own Satoshi. So I hope we see many people inspired by him and make their own fucking successful tokens and become their own Satoshis for their communities. You know, I'm fucking working on it.
Word. Well, we definitely got to keep doing these things more often and not go so many months.
Well, I'm in Miami now. I'm definitely going to be in a better headspace, and that makes me definitely more available and reachable.
Sweet.
I definitely owe more than a million people a phone call at this point. But I'm happy that we got to catch up. And yeah, guys, if you're watching, check out Rice TV X everywhere. I would say you're live on Float too, right? When you go live, you use Restream and shit.
No, I'm not using Restream. I'm using StreamYard. Sometimes I'm doing Float. It just depends. I was doing Float pretty regularly, and I'm probably going to add it back into rotation.
Okay. Yeah, we're live on Float right now, and that's where you can chat with Bitcoin.
And I mean, I run the pre-search live streams every Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time because I'm working with them. And with that being said, I mean, we live stream on YouTube, Odyssey, and Float every Friday at 12:30 p.m. So, I mean, you know, I'm a big Float. I love Aaron and Kingsley and everybody at Float and what they're doing, the supporting free speech, because, you know, we need to be supporting platforms that support free speech.
Yeah, never know when we won't be on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter the next day, but we'll always have Float as our backup. So
that's the first thing I do when I wake up.
My lifeboat.
Use the bathroom and check my email to see if YouTube is deleting my channel while I'm on the shitter. Because I figured that's the best, safest place for me to be if I read that news.
Agree.
All right, bros.
I might shit myself.
We're gonna wrap it up here.
We gotta go.
We're gonna wipe it up here, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Right meow.
Don't forget, you know, Nathan Love is the answer. Our bro co-host. Let people know.
You a hug.
Let people know where they can find you real quick, and then we can end on that.
Love is Nathan on Twitter. Love is Nathan on Instagram, and go to loveisnathan.com. I love you. Goodbye.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're 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 gonna get real high. 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 going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.